Good morning, everyone, and welcome to African Prime Report TV, your trusted source for in-depth, verified news across the continent and beyond. Today, we are diving into a major security breakthrough from Nigeria's northeast. In a stunning turnaround, the Nigerian military has dealt a heavy blow to armed bandits who dared to attack a key position in Borno State. This isn't just another scheme. It's a story of strategy, technology, and sheer determination that flipped the script on the attackers. If you're passionate about stories that highlight the bravery of our security forces and the fight for peace in our community, you are in the right place. Stay tuned for the full breakdown because this one will keep you on the edge of your seat. But before we jump in, if you appreciate credible, underground reporting like this, please hit that like button right now. Subscribe to African Prime Report TV and turn on notifications so you never miss our exclusive updates. Your support means everything to us. Remember, the only way you can help this platform grow and bring more stories like this to Africans everywhere is by liking, sharing, and commenting on our videos. Thank you so much for being part of our journey and for your incredible support in helping us reach more viewers. Now, let's get into these gripping reports. Today, we are bringing you a major security development from the northeast, where the Nigerian military has delivered a powerful response to armed bandits who attempted to attack a military position in Borno State. According to verified military source, the Nigerian Air Force successfully carried out precision airstrikes that eliminated more than 50 armed bandits who were attempting to flee after launching a failed attack on soldiers under Operation Hardin Kai. But what makes this story even more dramatic is the way the entire operation unfolded. What started as a surprise attack by bandits quickly turned into a situation where the hunter suddenly became the hunted. Stay with us as we break down exactly what happened, and trust me, you will want to watch this all the way to the end for the key insights and what this means for the future of security in the region. Let's set the scene a bit more. For those who may not be familiar, Borno State has been a hotspot for security challenges for over a decade. Insurgent groups and armed bandits have plagued rural communities, disrupting lives, farming, and daily activities. Operations like Hardin Kai are part of the Nigerian government's multi-year effort to reclaim control and bring stability. This incident on March 3rd, 2026, just a few days ago, underscores how far the military has come in terms of coordination and technology. According to military reports, the dramatic incident happened on the evening of March 3rd, 2026. The white farming community of Mogusi, located a few kilometers from Polka and Gosa, was suddenly thrown into panic. These communities lie inside the troubled security region of Borno State, where military operations against armed insurgents and bandits have been ongoing for years. Imagine this. It's around 7:30 p.m. The sun has set and families are settling in for the night. Suddenly, residents began hearing heavy gunfire echoing through the area. A large group of heavily armed bandits had launched what military sources describe as a highly coordinated surprise attack. Their objective was simple but dangerous. They planned to destroy military artillery positions, seize weapons and ammunition, and then retreat back into the forest. Such attacks are often used by criminal groups to gather weapons and spread propaganda claiming victory. But let's think about why this happened. Bandits in the northeast often operate from defense forests, using hit and run tactics to avoid direct confrontation. They target military hotspots to boost their arsenal and morale, while installing fear in local populations. In this case, the attackers came prepared with automatic weapons, possibly RPGs, and a plan to overwhelm the position quickly under the cover of darkness. However, this time the attackers miscalculated badly. The soldiers weren't caught off guard as much as the bandits hoped. Troops stationed in the area under Operation Hadinkai quickly responded to the sudden assault. As gunfire intensified, soldiers returned fire to protect both the military equipment and the nearby civilian communities. However, the situation was complicated. The attack happened in complete darkness, and the number of attackers appeared to be very large. Estimates suggest over 100 bandits were involved, though only around 50 were later confirmed neutralized. Military commanders on the ground understood that engaging a massive group of attackers in the dark forest environment could expose troops to unnecessary risk. Engaging in a prolonged ground battle at night could lead to a friendly fire incident or ambushes, so they made a smart tactical decision. Instead of rushing blindly into the forest battle, they executed a controlled withdrawal. They carefully pulled back their troops while protecting their heavy weapons and defensive positions. At the same time, they radioed for immediate aerial support. This is where the story starts to turn. The ground forces didn't panic. They followed protocol, buying time for air assets to come into play. It's a testament to the training and discipline of the Nigerian army. Before we review how the bandits' overconfidence sealed their fate, if you're finding this breakthrough insightful, pause for a second and like this video. Subscribe to African Prime Report TV and hit that bell icon. Watching to the end will give you the full picture, and your likes, share and comment are the only way to support our growth. Thank you for helping us deliver these stories. Your engagement keeps us going. From the perspective of the attackers, the situation appeared very different. Seeing the soldiers pull back slightly, the bandits believed they had successfully forced the military to retreat. Thinking they had achieved their mission, they began their usual strategy. They turned around and started escaping back into the forest, hoping to disappear before reinforcements could arrive. This moment of perceived victory is common in such asymmetric warfare. Bandits often celebrate early, sharing videos or messages claiming triumph to recruit more members or intimidate locals. But in this case, their celebration was premature. What they did not realize was that their movements were already being tracked from the sky. Let's dive deeper into how modern technology played a pivotal role here. Unknown to the fleeing attackers, military surveillance aircraft had already been deployed. These aircraft were equipped with advanced thermal image cameras capable of detecting human movement even in total darkness. From high above the forest, intelligence officers watched as the bandits moved in large groups along the Osun-Ongus-Butaka corridor. Instead of scattering, the attackers gathered themselves into two large clusters, making them easier to identify. For modern air surveillance systems, this was a major mistake. Thermal images speaks of body heat signature, turning night into day for operators. Once their positions were confirmed, the surveillance team immediately passed the coordinates to the Nigerian Air Force Strikes units. Moments later, fighter aircraft from the Nigerian Air Force arrived at the target area. What followed was described by military sources as a precision strike operation, using the coordinates provided by surveillance aircraft. The fighter jets launched carefully targeted airstrikes against the fleeing groups. The explosion lit up the dark forest as the aircraft struck the confirmed position. According to early reports from the military, more than 50 bandits were neutralized during the operation. The strikes effectively destroyed the fleeing groups before they could disappear into the forest. For the residents of nearby communities in Borno State, the news of the successful operation has brought huge relief. For years, people living in rural areas across Northeast have endured attacks from armed groups operating in remote forests. Farmers can't tend their fields safely, children miss school, and entire villages live in fear. Operations like this are part of ongoing efforts by the Nigerian military to restore stability and protect civilian communities. Military sources say patrols and surveillance in the region have been intensified following the strike to ensure that any remaining criminals are tracked and neutralized. From a local perspective, why we don't have direct interviews today, reports from community leaders in Polka indicate a sigh of relief, with hopes that this will deter future attacks. The government has also promised more support for displaced families. If you're inspired by how our forces are protecting communities, share your support by liking this video now. Subscribe to African Prime Report TV, share with your network, and comment below. Stick around to the end for our final thoughts. Your engagement is the only way we grow, and we thank you deeply for your role in our success. Security analysts say the operation highlights the growing coordination between ground troops and air power in Nigerian fight against insurgents and armed bandits. The ability to quickly deploy surveillance aircraft, identify targets, and launch precision strikes is considered a major advantage in modern counter-insurgency warfare. It also sent a strong message to criminal groups that military bases and communities are not easy targets. This could lead to a reduction in attacks as bandits realize the strike outweighs the gain. Broader implications: it boosts morale for troops and civilians alike, potentially engaging more intelligence sharing from locals. However, challenges remain: porous border, funding for equipment, and addressing root causes like poverty and unemployment. This operation is a win, but the fight continues. What began as a surprise attack against a military position quickly turned into a devastating loss for the attackers. The bandits believed they had forced the military to retreat, but in reality, they had unknowingly walked straight into a careful, coordinated response involving ground forces, surveillance aircraft, and fighter jets. In the end, the situation proved one powerful lesson: sometimes the hunter truly becomes the hunted. Thank you for watching this special report on African Prime Report TV. What do you think about these military operations? Do you believe the use of advanced surveillance and airstrikes will significantly weaken bandit groups in the Northeast? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. We love hearing from you. And remember, if you've watched to the end, we appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe to support our platform. The only way you can truly help us grow and continue bringing you these verified stories is by liking, sharing, and commenting on our videos. Thank you for your incredible support in our journey. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in our next report. Goodbye.